Happy Monday, Rutgers. I'm Kim Peterman.
And I'm Jayne Chacko. We've got a wonderful show lined up for you. It is Monday, September 25th, 2017.
Weather Watcher Manny Cruz will give you the regional and big picture forecast for the day.
And I will sit down with Carlos Fernandez from the Center for Latino Arts and Culture.
CC Crane will paint the town scarlet at a tasty Byrne Seminar.
Looks super yummy. Let's start the show. You're watching Wake Up Rutgers on RUTV.
Hello and welcome, Rutgers. It's great to be here on this summery Monday morning.
We're here to wake you up every Monday morning this semester with some exciting news, events, and weather. So it's Hispanic Heritage Month, which is very exciting. There's lots of fun events planned, but it's also Banned Books Week. Are you a big reader?
And I always seem to tend towards the banned books. My favorite is definitely the Harry Potter series.
Oh, Harry Potter's a banned book?
Yeah, paganism, witchcraft, banned in a lot of places. I read them 13 times.
13 times? Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah, I had a lot of free time as a child.
So you're a huge Harry Potter fan?
Definitely.
I've never read any of the books, but I did see the movies when we were when they were in school, when they were showing them like on a day we had nothing to do. But that is so interesting, 13 times, wow. Do you have a favorite character in Harry Potter?
I have a lot of favorite characters. It depends on the day. I definitely tend towards Hermione and Luna.
That's very interesting. Well, there's going to be a lot of fun events this week going on at the libraries for banned books. And there are definitely a bunch of different choices on that list that you can read. Like, I think Wrinkle in Time is one of them.
Yep, Catcher in the Rye, Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah, so it could be interesting for you as a reader to revisit these books. And we're going to talk more about this and see a lot more about books later on in the show. But right now, we'll see you after this break.
The Rutgers bus system provides more than 15 options to get around the 5 campuses. Sounds overwhelming? But here's a quick recap of the bus routes and available resources to make traveling easier. On weekdays, the A and H buses make stops along College Ave and Bush. The B loops between Livingston and Bush, as the LX makes stops on Livingston and College Ave. The F takes an express route by traveling Route 18 from College Ave to Cook and Douglas. The Rex L goes between Douglas and Livingston, with the Rex B looping between Douglas and Bush. There are also weekend buses, which make stops on every campus. Each bus stop displays the routes of the specific bus stopping there and the expected arrival times. To learn more about the Rutgers bus system and additional bus services, download the Rutgers app, visit nextbus.com or rudots.rutgers.edu.
Can't wait to hear about some exciting news and events.
And so we're going to go to news and events right now. A powder used in Hindu religious ceremonies may be unsafe according to new research. A Rutgers study discovered the powder sindoor has unsafe levels of lead in it. Sindoor has many uses. It is used in Hindu religious ceremonies, used to make the bindi or red dot on a woman's forehead, and can be applied to women's hair. The School of Public Health conducted a study of sindoor and determined sindoor purchased in both South Asia and in the United States was tainted with lead. Lead can be toxic and cause lifelong physical and mental impairments. Lead tainted with sindoor appears to be a widespread problem. 1/3 of the Sindor tested in the study had higher levels of lead than the FDA deems safe. While this powder is used for religious ceremonies and many other things, some researchers advise this issue to be treated as a public health issue and not just leave it up to consumers to choose untainted Sindor. So this is news to me. I did not know that Sindor had lead in it.
Definitely, and it's always scary when lead turns up in something.
Exactly, especially because there's so many different uses for it. Like as we said, like for hair, for religious ceremonies. So I'm glad that consumers are advised to treat this as a public health issue instead of just choosing whatever is untainted. And it's good that they're making a better choice and an educated choice.
Definitely. Speaking of education, Rutgers alumna Lori Berkner is making a splash on the preschool music scene. Berkner was born and raised in Princeton, New Jersey, and was surrounded by music all her life. While she was a psychology major during her time on the banks, she always knew she wanted to be a musician. Berkner played at countless local restaurants and coffee shops until she received a full-time job as a preschool music teacher. Her time teaching inspired her to write her own music full-time for children. She says she feels music is the best way to communicate with youngsters. Berkner has 11 award-winning albums and released the first indie children's music DVD to enter Billboard's top music video chart at #1. She also currently has an album called Lori Berkner, The Dance Remixes, that came out last Friday. Her latest projects include writing songs for the New York City Children's Theater upcoming production Interstellar Cinderella, which will debut this November. So I've actually seen Lori Berkner in concert.
You have?
Yeah, when my youngest brother was in preschool, he and a bunch of my cousins went, and I got taken along.
That is so interesting. So how was she?
She was very good. She was good enough that I wasn't in preschool, and I enjoyed this concert.
That is so cool, and it's so cool that she has 11 award-winning albums and had one that was in Billboard's Top 100.
Definitely. She definitely earned it. She's very good at her job.
Definitely. And so speaking of combining education and fun, it is Banned Book Week. So pick up a scandalous book and snuggle up for a cozy reading session. This week, the libraries will be having tons of exciting events and ways to help you celebrate. There are different events on each campus and even some free swag, and who doesn't love free swag? Be sure to visit libguides.rutgers.edu/bannedbooks/events for the fun lineup of events. That is so cool that they're having events for Banned Books Week and that everyone can revisit all the books on that list.
Definitely. It's always fun to get involved with books and with other people interested in them, even if they are banned in some places. Speaking of books, help Rutgers attempt to break a Guinness Book of World Records of simultaneously performing 1 minute of jumping jacks at the High Point Solutions football stadium. The first 1,500 people to check in will receive a free tea at the event. 2 lucky students will also receive one $500 scholarship. That's not all the swag. 1 lucky participant will win 2 football tickets to the Rutgers versus Ohio State game. The competition is this Wednesday, September 28th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Registration is free online and check-in is from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Participants have to enter through the Westgate A entrance. For more information on this event, visit rec.rutgers.edu. This definitely looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, 1,500 people in one spot doing a minute of jumping jacks. Can you imagine the picture from top of the stadium is going to look like?
It's going to look amazing. Did you know that the current Guinness Book of World Records for simultaneously performing 1 minute of jumping jacks is 1,200 people?
1,200? Wow. Well, Rutgers can definitely set that record with just adding 300 more people. And there's tons of free stuff there, so just head on over, get a minute of exercise in for the day, and help Rutgers set this new world records. Speaking of things I did not know, like the previous record, we're going to see how much you know.
Where is the CLAC, or Center for Latino Arts and Culture, located? We'll find out the answer right after this.
Did you lose your ID? Not sure of what to do? First, send an email to lostcard@aps.rutgers.edu to suspend your card so no one else can use it. Next, visit one of the RU Connection offices to have your lost or stolen ID card replaced. There is an office located on every campus. Rutgers Hall on College Avenue is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Bush, Cook Douglas, and Livingston campus housing offices are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 p.m. The Public Safety Card Office is open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Fridays. You will need to pay for your new ID with $20 in RU Express. If you don't have RU Express, you can go to the cashier's office next to Records Hall before getting a new ID. Make sure to provide a form of unexpired government-issued photo identification when asking for a new ID. It's that easy to replace your ID. Make sure to keep it in a safe place so you don't lose it again. For more information and a more detailed explanation, visit pst.rutgers.edu/rules.php.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Before the break, we asked, where is the claque located? Now it's time to find out the answer.
It's located at 172 College Avenue on the College Ave campus. They moved buildings and are now further up College Ave, closer to Alexander Library. Speaking about College Ave, they've made some new changes this year. They have the bike lanes, and they also changed they changed Abu Pan to Panera Bread.
Definitely. It's definitely a more hopping place with that, plus the yard and the movie Wednesdays they have there, and the yoga they have Sunday mornings. It's a lot. There's a lot to do there.
That's true. There's just so much going on. And like last week, there was the Airy pop-up store, which was very interesting. I work at the store sometimes during the weekends back in my hometown. And I was just so interesting to see this store have a pop-up shop here at Rutgers. And and it was great weather last week. So we're going to talk about weather going on this week.
Definitely. Let's take a look at today's weather with Weather Watcher Manny Cruz.
Manny, can you tell me if I need to take out my shorts later?
I'm Weather Watcher Manny Cruz, and today it's going to be hot, so yeah, you might want to wear some shorts today. Let's take a look at the morning low. We had a low of 64 degrees. The average this time of year is about 74, but I think we're going to surpass that by about 16 degrees, and I think we're going to break the record of 89 degrees in 1971. I think we're going to hit 90, so we're definitely going to break that. Let's take a look at today's high. It's going to be 90 degrees, so make sure to drink some lemonade. You might want to wear some sunglasses today. And I think somebody should call the cops because I think somebody has stolen fall from us. It's going to feel more like summer today. And let's take a look at the day planner. As you can see, at 10 a.m., it's going to be around 80 degrees, and then around 2 p.m. it's going to hit 90. So you might want to bring out those shorts. And as you can see in the nighttime, it's still going to be a pretty warm night with a temperature at 74 degrees, excuse me. And as you see for tonight's lows, it's going to be a low of 67. Fall, we miss you. Come back. I live in a dorm without air conditioner, so I can use some cool temperatures. Back to you, Jayne and Kim.
Thank you, Manny. Summer weather in September is definitely very confusing for this time of year.
Yeah, but I am not actually a big fan of cold weather, so I will take all the sun and nice weather before the fall rolls in.
I can definitely see your point. While I love summer weather, I definitely prefer fall with the leaves and the not having to worry about sweating, and just the outfits too. I love fall outfits.
Definitely, fall leaves are definitely prettier to look at rather than the blaring sun in your face as you're exiting a bus trying to run to class. Bullets of sweat dripping down your face. Yes, the sweat is definitely unfavorable at this time of year. Well, Rutgers, we'll be right back after this break.
Do you like kicking back in your free time? Sometimes the dorms can get stuffy and boring, so head on over to the Rutgers Zone. Need somewhere to watch sports? Need to satisfy that ice cream craving? Or are you tired of your old video games? Rutgers Zone is where you need to visit. Enjoy some games, food, TV, karaoke, and so much more. And don't forget to ask for those ice cream toppings. With all of the cool things at the Rutgers Zone, why would you even leave? If you are on Livingston campus, make sure you swing by the Rutgers Zone, just a bus stop away. For more information, please visit zone.rutgers.edu.
It's important to stay safe and be aware of your surroundings on and off campus. Need some tips on personal safety and how to look out for others?
Yes!
Well, you're in luck, because Night's Watch Safety Program is coming to Rutgers. The goal of this campaign is to focus specifically on physical safety, provide programming to change the misperception that Rutgers isn't a safe place, and educate students about the resources on campus. Here's some useful tips to stay safe. Lock your doors at all times, even when you're just going next door. Most thefts occur in less than 1 minute. Get to know your neighbors and people on your floor and building. This will make it easier to spot strangers. Take precautions when walking alone on campus, especially at night. Keep personal belongings in view while in class, the library, lab, etc. Don't update your Facebook or Twitter status with your location on it. Don't put where you live or any other personal information on your profile page. This makes it easier for thieves to track you. To learn more about the campaign, be sure to visit staysafe.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Since we are going into fall and it's about to be cold and flu season, it's a great time to focus on eating healthy.
And to combat that flu season, so one of the ways is to eat healthy. So have you visited any of the new healthy dining halls?
I've been to them a couple times. They definitely seem to have more fruit and vegetable options.
Yes, I've been to the one on Cook Douglas, the Harvest Dining Hall, and they just have so many different options, and the food is really tasty. And it's just so great to have these options and to have to eat healthier, especially on campus, since there's just so many other great food options, but that aren't as healthy.
Definitely. It's nice to have a place to go where you can actually get a nutritious meal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like my favorite, I love vegetables, and fruits are good too. And there's just so many different dishes you can make with this. And so now we're going to show you guys a package about healthy dining halls that were input this summer.
Rutgers Dining considered this change to a more healthy dining initiative some time ago. Wasn't just conceptualized this semester. We've been working on it very hard for many years now. Harvest was sort of the yawning abyss of this initiative, and that's where you'll see some of the facets of Harvest moving out towards dining halls. So there's going to be 50% more leafy green vegetables, perhaps. We want to lower sodium, lower processed foods, so you'll find Moroccan spices or Asian influences, things like that, that will replace a lot of high sodium foods and things like that. The initiative is not only just menu items and food. There's a considerable amount of training to professional staff. There's also equipment that has to be procured. Next for the initiative, it will probably be smoothies and juice bars in every dining hall. So we're looking forward to taking a facet of Harvest, which is the smoothie juice bar, and then moving that to each dining hall. But once again, that takes equipment, construction, and training.
Rutgers is working hard towards encouraging healthier food options that take a smaller toll on the planet. We can't wait to see what's in store for the dining halls here on campus. Until next time, I'm Olivia Cruser, RUTV.
Thank you, Olivia. That was really interesting to learn about.
Yeah, all that food looks so yummy, like that pizza and that chicken.
Definitely, and I'm very happy that they're making the takeout options healthier, because that was definitely the most unhealthy option late at night after the dining halls closed.
Exactly. It looks so good, and it's such a great opportunity for students to get healthy. And it's also like a dining hall option now, so they take swipes and you don't have to spend any extra money just to eat a little bit healthier.
Definitely.
Well, we'll see you right after this.
This is Kate. Kate never utilized the many great resources Rutgers has to offer. Now, Kate doesn't have a job. Don't want to end up like Kate? Then you should go to University Career Services. University Career Services provides career-related counseling, resources, and programs to help individuals clarify academic and career goals, establish career plans, develop job search skills, and make successful career transitions. The mission is to build relationships with alumni, employers, and graduate schools to optimize internship, job, and career opportunities. From workshops and webinars to fairs and other recruiter visits, the staff within University Career Services works tirelessly to prepare students and connect them to the world of work. For more information, visit careers.rutgers.edu.
Hey, welcome back, Rutgers. And so we were talking about food earlier today, and it also banned Book Week. So let's combine the two, and let's check out some stuff about books and food, right?
Definitely. It's a great combo. Books are fun. Food is yummy. Putting the two together just seems like a match made in heaven.
Really, it really does. When I read a book, I usually eat it with this. I don't eat the book, but I usually read the book and eat or something, or I'll drink something. Usually,
nice bowl of popcorn next to the book, popping it in with each page.
Definitely, especially like in a scary book. If you've seen I read a little bit of it recently before watching the movie, and it was just so suspenseful and scary, so a bowl of popcorn was definitely fitting.
Definitely, particularly if you read it on an e-reader in the dark and it's glowing on your face.
Pretty scary. So speaking of books and food, we're going to paint the town scarlet with CC Crane at the Byrne Seminars to learn about some unusual books.
Hello Rutgers, I'm CC Crane, and today I am here in the Rutgers Art Library to see a student exhibit which is a part of the Byrne Seminar called The Book, Digital, Edible, and As Art. Let's go check it out. What kind of pieces are on display today? There's so many to choose from.
So today we're looking at edible books. Ideally, an edible book is something you could eat, but you don't have to be something you can eat. Ideally, you would say it's something that's made probably with food or some type of nourishment. We have the edible book contest open to the public and we have prizes. So often we have categories like the best pun, the most edible book, the least edible book, the best book structure. You actually can turn the pages of the sandwich, which I think is pretty clever. So I think it's pretty interesting to see what folks do with food and how that's part of our culture.
Is this your creation here sitting before us?
Yes, it is. I did Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare as an edible book.
What is your book made out of?
Being Julius Caesar, I wanted to do a play with Caesar salad. So I have a bag here of Caesar romaine lettuce, and I slit it open, and the lettuce is kind of spilling out, and there's a knife stuck in it to represent the scene where Caesar is killed.
We talked a lot about the craze of coloring books. We talked about digital books. We talked about what does it mean now that you can go on Amazon and self-publish. The library, certainly, I often hear, oh, books are going away, and I don't think that's really the truth.
What did you think of this Byrne seminar overall?
I loved this Byrne. It was probably my favorite class this semester. I just learned so much more about how they're made and different kinds of books and different ways you can use books to tell stories.
This Byrne seminar has been really wonderful. Miss Megan Lotz has been a treat to have as an instructor.
Well, Rutgers, I hope you had as much fun at this truly unique exhibit as I did. In the meantime, keep painting the town scarlet. I'm CC Crane, RUTV.
Thanks so much, Cece Crane, for that Paint the Town Scarlet at the Byrne Seminar. Wasn't that so interesting?
Definitely. It was really cool how they mixed all the books with the food.
Yeah, what were some of your favorites?
I'd have to say I'm a very nostalgic person, so I love the Hungry Hungry Caterpillar, but also the Baking for Dummies stuffed with baked goods was a very clever one.
Yes.
What about you?
Children of the Corn was my favorite when there were the stick figures made out of corn. I just love puns, so I thought that was so cool, and that was a really interesting way to incorporate reading and food. So speaking of other really cool things, we're going to learn more about what's going on with the weather. Manny?
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, it's going to be a warm week, but let's check out the weather headlines for this week. Hurricane Maria, thankfully, is going to make a right turn off of North Carolina, so that should not impact us in any type of way. Let's take a look at this. It's also going to be some summer temps for the rest of the week and a dry week as well. Let's take a look at some of the regional temperatures across the Northeast. As you can see, it's going to be warm across all of the Northeast with 92 in Camden, 89 degrees in Newark. State College is going to be at 85 and 93 degrees out in Baltimore. Another warm night as well, 61 in State College, 64 in Baltimore. It's going to be around 70 degrees in Camden and 60 in Newark, so a warm night for sure. On Tuesday, it's going to be a high of 84 degrees. Again, it's going to feel like summer, not really like fall, so you want to wear some t-shirts, some comfortable clothing, and also a warm night on Tuesday night as well with a low temperature of 63 degrees. And your extended forecast on Monday, as you can see today, 90 degrees. Yes, 90 degrees. It's going to feel more like mid-July. On Tuesday, expect highs of 84 degrees, and it's going to stay the same temperature throughout the whole week. And then Friday, it's going to be 74, so finally we're going to have a taste of fall. You might want to finally wear your Rutgers hoodie out in class. Make sure to watch us every 15 minutes at 23.1. If you want to see more of the Weather Watcher forecast, make sure to like our Facebook page. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at RUTV. And make sure to follow me on Twitter as well at Real Manny Cruz. And make sure to visit our website, weatherwatcher.rutgers.edu. Back to you, Jayne and Kim.
Thanks so much, Manny. The weather's definitely been crazy lately.
Yeah, it's been really warm for the beginning of the semester, but that's also great because you can sit outside and start your semester off right by getting some sun.
Definitely, and it's great for all the events they're hosting to have good weather. But the hurricane season's constantly putting me on edge.
Yeah, that is very true. But as fall rolls in, hopefully everything will calm down and we can just ease into that fall weather. What are some favorite things you do for fall?
I like raking. I don't like jumping in the leaf pile, but I like raking.
You like raking?
Yeah.
Like piles of leaves together?
Yes.
That is such an interesting activity to like. Wow.
Yeah, I'm a weird one. What about you?
Well, I like going pumpkin picking. I really don't go that often, but I just love apple cider donuts, and so that's delicious. There's one, Gia Marie's farm is super close, so if you have the opportunity and you want to get some pretty pictures, you can go to pumpkin picking there.
Nice. Yeah, apple cider is definitely a fall favorite treat. Have you ever been apple picking in the fall?
I haven't been apple picking. Have you?
A couple times. It's definitely a lot of fun, but you got to go early in the season because otherwise you just have bruised and wormy apples left.
That's very true. And I do like buying apples to make apple pie. I'm a huge baker, so making apple pie and blueberry pie. I have gone blueberry picking before. This isn't the season for blueberries though, right? I think it's summer. Blueberries.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so, but apple pie is delicious. Everyone loves apple pie, so.
It's the all-American pie.
That's very true. And speaking of other fall foods, do you have any favorite things you like to try out?
I definitely stick more towards the apple cider, apple pie, pretty much anything with apple and cinnamon in it. What about you?
Probably some pumpkin stuff. I heard once in 8th grade that pumpkin is great for your skin, so ever since then I've been a fan of pumpkin cookies. So I like eating that. And well, that was really fun to learn about everything that you like about fall. But Rutgers, that'll do it for today's episode.
For more events happening this week, you can go to getinvolved.rutgers.edu or ruevents.rutgers.edu.
Follow us on Facebook by searching RU Network or follow us on Twitter by searching @Wake Up Rutgers. We love hearing from you.
Thanks again for tuning in and to Carlos for joining us.
Well, I'm Jayne Chacko.
And I'm Kim Peterman. Have a great day, Rutgers, and we'll see you next Monday.